This video is for complete beginners, people who do not have any experience as regards editing at all, but wish to edit. So the first thing to note is that we have many softwares that you can use to edit, but today we're going to be focusing on one, which is Premiere Pro. So the first thing you need to ensure you do is to launch your Premiere Pro. So after launching Premiere Pro, you go to File, New, that is Create New Project. So you write the name of the project. So let's call the name, for the sake of this tutorial, let's call it tutorial. Let's call it tutorial. Yeah. So then here, project location, where do you want to save your file so you can locate it? So let's say choose location. So let's save it on my hard drive called backup. Let's create new folder and call it tutorial. New folder. So our file is going to be saved inside this hard drive, inside this folder called tutorial. Choose. Then we can, create project. So this is exactly what you will see immediately you launch Premiere. So the first thing you need to note is explaining the interface. This is the timeline. This is where you edit. This is where you see whatever it is you edit, and this is your media, whatever, where you import your footages and everything, your files. This is where you arrange them. So the first thing is to import files. Like you can see here, we have import media to start. You right click, then you look for import. Let's go to import, go to the hard drive to which you want to use in edit, wherever you have your file. So this is where I have my file, day 2, the video. All right, so let's just import the videos that we want to edit. So let's say we are picking like four videos. Import. So the videos are right here inside your Premiere Pro. So the next thing you need to do right now, since the videos are here, is to create a timeline. So click on one of the videos, then right click, then go to new sequence from clip, how to create a sequence. So what happens is immediately I create the sequence, is going to come to the timeline, which is the main place we're going to edit. So here is our footage that we want to edit. All right, so now what happens is, before you can edit, let me give you some basic explanations as to what to use in editing anything. So the major tool you'll be using while editing, there are two major tools. The first one is, which is our selection tool. All right, so the next one that you'll be using majorly is the razor tool. Okay, so the selection tool is just to ensure that if you do to select anywhere in the timeline or anywhere at all in the Premiere Pro interface. If you click here, you're selecting nothing, right? If you want to select this video, you can select this by using the selection tool to click on whatever it is you want to click. So this is the razor tool. Razor tool is to cut. It's like a blade that you use in cutting, and that is majorly what you do in edit. It's just to cut and trim, cut and trim, cut and trim. So let's say this guy is saying a lot of things, right? The guys. Mark.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, and boom up.
So let's say I want to cut it there. I want to cut the footage there. You bring the razor tool, then you just come here, then you click. Once you click, it's going to cut it, right? Then you can pick your selection tool again. Take your selection tool, then you can separate this part from this other part. So basically, that is how to do that. But there is one thing you need to understand about editing in any software at all, either Premiere, CapCut, Final Cut, DaVinci Resolve, and what have you, is that whenever you are editing, whatever is on top is what will show. Okay, so this is a monitor. Before you bring anything, this is the monitor. Before you bring anything to the timeline, you can check it out here to see how it looks like. If it is something you want to edit, then once you double click, it's going to show here. Then you will know if it is something you want to edit or not. So after double clicking this, we have seen that, okay, this is a close-up shot of what we have. Then you can click on it and bring it down here. Let's bring it down here. All right, then let's bring the wide shot, another wide shot again, because they did another take. This, let's bring it here. All right, so we have two videos. Let's delete the first one that we have here. Click on it and delete, because we are on the selection tool. Let's say we want to cut the one on top. What we do is go to the razor tool. All right, then you just select it and cut. Yeah, you've cut it already, right? So the next thing you want to do now, since you have cut it, you don't want the close-up shot to show first. You want the wide shot to show first before the close-up shot. Then we have cut it already. Then you go to your selection tool, you pick it again, right? Because if you do not pick it, you won't be able to select this. Go to it, pick it, then click on this, then delete it. Wow. So after deleting, if you come here, you are seeing the wide shot. If you come here, we are seeing the close-up shot. So another thing again you will need very well is, because editing is all about trimming, cutting, and all of that, you can drag your footage. You can click on your footage, then go to the edge of it, drag it. If you drag it like this, that means it's going to stop there. That is what you want. Then when you play with spacebar, it's going to play. Then now the video is reading and is out of the close-up. It's now on the wide shot. Okay, if it goes like this, it's on the close-up. Coming like this is on the wide shot. Okay, so but if you are using a low processed device, it might be hanging depending on the power of the footage you are importing. So you can change this from full resolution whenever you are playing it, so it doesn't play in full resolution. You can change it to like maybe 1.8, 1.16, or what have you. Okay, so basically those are the basic things that you need to learn about, editing, right? Let's talk about the shortcuts. So in case when you are editing often and for a long time, you notice that instead of going here to pick it, the shortcut is just V. All right, and the shortcut for this is just C. Okay, so let's say I want to cut here, right? So what I do is I will just press C, and it's going to go to the razor tool immediately. Then I can cut whatever it is I want to cut. Okay, so let's say I'm done cutting. Then I want to select a footage, because if I do not go back to the selection tool, if I say I want to select this footage, it will not select. It will cut it, because I am still on the razor tool. All right, so what I need to do is to go to V, click on V, then it goes to selection tool. Then I can select this individually, and I can do collective selection by dragging and by clicking and dragging. That way I've selected everything. Then I can delete everything if I want to. Once I delete, nothing is on my timeline to edit again. So this is the first thing that you need to know whenever you want to start your editing, editing journey. Another thing you need to know, let's talk about this monitor interface here, the source monitor, where you can monitor whatever it is you want to put on the timeline. Okay, so let's say we are clicking on this, click on this video, then this is it, right? And we want to drag this into the timeline, but you don't want to drag everything, like everything recorded to the timeline. You just want to drag a portion of it to the timeline. So what we do is, let's say we want to start from here. Maybe we have a very long record and we only need a bit of it to be edited. Instead of dragging everything, you can just check it up here. Then you can use your mark in. Let's say we want it to show to this point, then you click on mark out, right? Then you can now drag the entire footage, drag it, click on it like this, then drag it to the timeline. Then that's the only portion that will be shown in the timeline. But let's say that you don't want to bring the audio, you just want to bring the video alone to the timeline. You can just drag video only. It will not attach the audio to it. Can you see? It will not attach the audio to it. That is it. So let's say you want to drag the audio alone and you don't want the video to be attached to it. So you can just click on this and bring the audio alone. All right. So another thing you need to know again is in the editing interface, from here to here, these are for audio and this place is for video. And let's say you have multiple things to put on top of each other, stack on top of each other, and you feel like this thing is just 3 now. Once you create more, it has capacity to create more, as much as you want to create. It has the capacity to create more. Now let me give you an instance. Let's say let's mark this place in again, another place here to here. Then let's stack it up. Let's bring it up here. Let's mark another place again, here to here. Then we have exhausted the 3 lines created in the default settings. Then we can just come, and if you come here, it will automatically create another one. It creates the 4th one for us. All right, then you can drag in, drag up, drag down, drag up, drag down, drag up, drag down. So exactly that's the way it is. So this our next video, we're going to be talking about how you can sync audio and video together. Maybe you record your audio in another device and you record your video in another device, and you want to sync the two together in order to give you a quality production. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in the next video. Stick around. My name is Godwin Isakunle. So subscribe to this channel and like this video, and comments to drop your comments if this is helpful in any way, so that YouTube can recommend this video to more people. Thank you. Bye bye.